Hey everybody, welcome to TigerTanker Studios. Today we're going to talk a little bit about helmets, and namely, are Airoh helmets the best off-road helmets on the market right now? So we're going to talk about the helmets that I currently own, and we'll also talk about a few of them that I no longer own. So let's start with my least favorite helmet here. That would be the Airoh MXV Starcross, about a $600 helmet. While I like the styling of this helmet, and it certainly seems stable and sturdy enough with decent quality components in a variety of places, trouble is a few things. One, you have this plastic venting, and there was plastic venting at the top and on the sides here, and a simple drop cracked those. So it's very vulnerable to being dropped. And if you're riding off-road, you take your helmet off and you generally toss it to the side a little bit, or you put it on top of your motorcycle seat, and then it falls off, and well, that's going to break. So that was bad. But the worst part about this helmet are the terrible internals. So these are the earpieces, and when you look at the helmet in the store, it looks really nice. But upon further inspection, if you're going to wash this, you take off the cloth portion to reveal a very flimsy and cheap structure of foam, and this is just garbage materials. And once you put it back on, it doesn't really slide back into place very securely. So when you take the helmet off, well, next thing you know, one of these flimsy earpieces is falling off your head. So bottom line is, don't buy this helmet. Garbage. Now, let's talk about this dual sport helmet. So let's just say you do a little bit of pavement riding and go out and hit some single track, some double track, or something like that, and you want something that can handle, freeway speeds. Well, nice simple helmet. This one isn't terribly expensive, and just very comfortable, and like I said, a good value. I think if I was going to ride a lot more in the way of pavement, I'd probably want to get something lighter, because this isn't into the carbon line or anything like that. The weight of that helmet is 3 pounds, 15 ounces. Bottom line, the Airoh, 3 pounds, 7 ounces. All right, now let's talk about my Bell motocross helmet. This is the Carbon Fiber Flex, about a $600 helmet. This was about a $200 helmet, by the way. $600 helmet. I wanted something when I bought this that was going to be a little bit higher quality and a little bit lighter than what I had before. So this helmet has a great visor to it, good simple looks. It doesn't have a bunch of external pieces that can get broke on it. And one of my favorite parts about this helmet is the high quality internals. They're magnetically activated to pop in and pop right out. Easy to wash, machine washing cold, lay them flat to dry. And the headpiece also has a magnetic piece at the front and some very secure straps in the back. This is a great helmet. This is the helmet that I have the most mileage on. I've done a header in this thing and busted the visor, and the visor was easily replaced domestically. I think Revzilla.com sells all the various Bell visors and fasteners. So really like this helmet, and it's an all-white helmet. This is my Not Geiger's sticker that I put on myself. But this helmet does come in a lot of different styles, and for somebody that's a Husky rider, they have a special Husky helmet for this. It's a small fortune. I think it's $750, $800, but good helmet. So now let's talk about Airoh. My first Airoh helmet was actually this Trials helmet. I needed something really lightweight for the Pacific Northwest. I wanted an open-faced helmet. If you've watched my videos, you see that I put a face mask on here, like a baseball batting cage went on here, just so I can breathe and not fog up my goggles. These days, I've gone to chainsaw glasses that have the mesh, and so it's not as necessary anymore for me to wear this helmet. Had a lot of fun with it, but it's a very light helmet without the chin piece here. It weighs only 2 pounds 4 ounces. It does make for a fantastic helmet in extremely hot conditions. This is actually a Bell visor. The stock visor on this thing was this little tiny thing, and it did nothing for blocking the sunshine, so I did mod it out that way. Was very happy with this. This wasn't particularly expensive. Bought it from Germany. Good helmet. I really wanted to get, after my satisfaction of this helmet, because also the internals on this are very simple, snappable, in and out, clean them very easily, and throw that in the washing machine, lay it flat to dry, put them back in, you're good to go. All right. So since I was so happy with that helmet, then I wanted to get into a motocross helmet. And some of them are pretty expensive, even if you buy them overseas at a discount. And actually, you can only buy these overseas. The United States does not distribute these helmets. The reason why is they're not DOT approved, hence also why they're so light. Okay, so first, let's talk about... I looked and found the Aviator Ace. Ordered this, and unfortunately it wasn't available in a XX, which is what I wear. So I tried to see if a regular XL would fit. Absolutely not. If anything, these run just slightly smaller than some of these other helmets. So if you fit a Bell, a Shoei, a Rai in a XXL, there ain't no way you're going to get into an XL with this helmet. The trouble is they don't make very many of the Airoh helmets in a XX. That is why I got the Twist, which is the 200. So it's more of an entry-level price point. It's not the fanciest helmets in their lines, but they are available in XXL. So the Ace here has the fancy new removal system that you're seeing in a lot of the high-end helmets right here. An emergency person who, if you get in a bad accident, can pull these components out, so that they don't further do any damage to your neck or something like that. So the styling of this helmet is fantastic. Very good quality of craftsmanship to it. But there's something I really don't like about this helmet, and that again is the cheap foam stuff here, and it's part of the fabric. So it would have been nicer if this was separate, if anything, but this is going to get very grimy and dirty over a period of time. If you ride a lot, it makes it very difficult to clean this stuff. So good helmet, and by far it is the lightest helmet. This one only weighs of the motocross helmets, this thing weighs only 2 pounds 8 ounces. Only a little bit more than that Trials helmet of mine, which was 2 pounds 4 ounces. But 2 pounds 8 ounces compared to the Bell motocross helmet at 3 pounds 9 ounces. That's a pound and an ounce lighter. That's pretty meaningful. So, since I couldn't fit the XL, I broke down and decided, okay, I will get the Twist, Airoh Twist 2.0. And $200 helmet. I bought them on a Black Friday and got them for 20% off, so 160 bucks. And I was just hoping that the quality was halfway decent on these. And when they showed up, boy, was I impressed. The quality of craftsmanship here is excellent. Much like my Trials helmet, the earpieces here are, one piece, easy to wash. The helmet, the headliner portion removes easily, can be easily washed and all that kind of stuff. But great styling. This thing comes in like 20 some different colors schematics to it, one fancier than the next. But just a really well-made helmet. One problem with buying the Airoh stuff is probably going to be, though, if you broke this fancy visor, you're either going to buy a new helmet or have to track one of these down in Europe. And I mean, it might, in the case it was 160 bucks. So I mean, if you paid 50 or 60 bucks getting a new visor, well, it doesn't make good economic sense. So very happy with this helmet. I've ridden around in it now a little bit, and fits very comfortably. And you know, like I said, it's a fairly light helmet too. It is only 2 pounds 14 ounces, 6 ounces heavier than the Ace, but still, you know, 3/4 of a pound lighter than the Bell and the Airoh at least. So very nice helmet from an all-around standpoint. Got the great styling, got a great price point to it, and comfortable. The only problem is going to be if you were to break the visor of it, you're pretty much out. For a $200 helmet that I got for $160, that doesn't bother me so much. But if I bought the $600 Airoh Aviator 2.3, which is their top of the line model right now, yeah, that'd be a bit of a problem. A couple of helmets that I don't have here right now. I did have a cheap helmet by Cycle Gear, which is an online retailer and physical retailer, at least here in the Pacific Northwest. They have their own brand of helmets and clothing called Bilt, B-I-L-T. Their helmet goes for 60 to 100 bucks, and I remember buying one because it was a good-looking helmet, but and it was cheap, but it was actually pretty good quality, at least the internal parts of it. It was good, comfortable material. So if you really want to get something kind of on the cheap end or a buddy helmet or something like that, then that wasn't a bad option. I did have the Nex NEXX high-end ADV rider helmet at one time, $7 helmet. The worst helmet I ever owned. Pure garbage craftsmanship. It had plastic pieces to it that weren't of the quality of material that you'd find in a McDonald's Happy Meal. Could not have been more disappointed. And I contacted the company about getting a replacement or a refund, and I got frustrated with it. It wasn't going to happen, so I threw it in the garbage. I couldn't even in good conscience give it to somebody. So bottom line is, stay away from that company. So you cannot buy these Airoh helmets in the United States because they're not DOT approved. So I bought these 3 from chromeburner.com, and I think I bought this one from one of the German retailers. There is no customs between the United States and Europe pertaining to motorcycle parts, which is good. And I don't know how they do it, but they ship the stuff to you for free as long as you typically spend about $300. Chrome Burner ships to me within 10 days of order. It starts with the Netherlands post office, and it gets delivered not by a cheap rate carrier here at home. It got delivered to me by United States Postal Service, which is very reliable. So so are the Airoh helmets the best off-road helmets there are? Well, in many ways, shapes, and forms, yeah, they are. But I gotta say, Bell, being the leading probably manufacturer of motorcycle helmets in the world, the all-around quality and construction of this thing has been outstanding and very reliable. Yeah, I actually will give this a slight nod over the high-end cost helmets of Airoh, just for the fact that I like the quality of the internals of the helmet. Weighs a little bit more, but just the total quality element is great. And then the ability to find the visor and parts to this thing easily and domestically is kind of a benefit. But it will be interesting to see what the future of Airoh is like, and hopefully they just fix up that one internal helmet portion, and then indeed, I think they are the best. So I hope you found that helpful. Okay, so I've thought about it a little bit more. And what is the best helmet of all the ones we just talked about? I figured it out. Now, I ride off-road. I don't ride motocross. In a high-speed motocross accident with serious risk of neck injury and stuff like that, you know, the special helmet features that these MIPS things have where they can pull the stuff out there, maybe that has a little bit of practical application to them. And maybe the American brands that are a little heavier, maybe they have a little added degree of safety. I don't know, but Airoh is a pretty big name in the motocross business. But for off-road riding, I ride in the Pacific Northwest. When we wreck, we're wrecking slow. But it's a very physical game, a lot of sweating, a lot of mud, a lot of dirt. So I need a helmet that's light. I need a helmet that is comfortable. I need a helmet that can be easily cleaned. And hey, if I can save a few bucks while I'm at it, then that's pretty good. So the winner, hands down, by the way, the Airoh Twist. It weighs a little bit more than the more expensive Airoh models, but it's still 3/4 of a pound lighter than the comparable helmets that we looked at with Shoei, Arai, Bell, or whoever. It doesn't need to be super strong because we're crashing at 8, 10, 12, 15, 20 miles an hour. The styling, I mean, is just absolutely fantastic, and I will show some images of the other styles. Like I said, there's a huge selection of different colors, schematics, etc. But the quality of the internals, the simplicity of cleaning, the price, this is the helmet. This is the helmet you want to own. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you on the trail.